and welcome to the sixth installment video blog of Life's Principles. Today we're discussing personal growth and the connection of mind and body. Too often we tend to focus on our bodies through physical pursuit, exercise and movement, believing that if we train our physical body that we'll be healthy and live an abundant and rich life full of vitality. And yes, that's apparent, but we tend to neglect the grey matter that sits above. And so how do you train your mind? Well, the best way to train your mind is obviously through personal growth, self-awareness, meditation and understanding oneself. The role of personal growth or personal development, as it suggests, is to really raise your consciousness, to raise your awareness of yourself and your thoughts. It's not an easy task, and people have been met with a multitude of problems along the way when seeking personal growth. The changes tend to be very slow and sporadic. What happens though over time is that you see problems present themselves now as opportunities. The mind starts to expand. Suddenly you see yourself in this amazing new world, and there's this sudden realization that you can navigate your way through these perceived problems. Effectively, what you're doing is training and facilitating the mind to have a higher tolerance of things that once presented themselves to you as problems. Now, some of the things that one begins to experience through personal growth is obviously sustained relationships. So there's this connection with other people. You suddenly see others as one. And when we refer to this connection of one, there is no separation. You don't see groups of people as they're distinct from me, or I'm different, or they're different. There is no there. You accept people as they are. So you might see someone in the street that is totally different, and you might disagree with the way that they tend to live their life. But you begin examining what it is about you that sees that indifference in that person. And the greatest aspect about personal growth is that effectively you are retraining and calibrating your mind, if that's such a word to use. You're effectively facilitating the mind to be open and expansive to a range of opportunities out there. Our biggest hurdle in life is to limit ourselves by our thinking, and that is our perception and our experiences begin to pave the way for how we view life. And so if we're viewing life through our own filter, you could say that that perception, that experience, is rather one-sided. It's jaded. So what we need to do is to expand that filter to be able to see a multitude of opportunities, a multitude of scenarios and examples that might be apparent in the world. And what we're doing is conditioning the mind to accept these new ways of thinking, these new ways of believing, new beliefs that are formed at the level of the mind. Our minds are incredibly astute at drawing past on past memory, past behaviour, our childhood memories, and in doing so it looks for models to fit. So if someone looks different to you, suddenly your mind draws on its memory bank to say, hey, hang on, where can I connect that this is different? And you might have had a childhood experience where your mother or father or loved one may have made a comment about that person being different, and you've accepted that frame or that model. Personal growth suggests that you look beyond that way of thinking, because your thoughts will influence your emotions, which ultimately influence your physiology and your overall health. Once again, thank you for joining in. My name is Tony Fackery. If you've enjoyed listening to these blogs, please subscribe. There is additional information on my Tumblr blog, so please join me where you can, and there'll be another 4 or 5 of these installments coming up in the coming weeks. Thank you once again.